All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and the proper names in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. I want to say, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash Ma'amoth. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world eagerly and willingly call God of Jehovah. Bahashem meaning in the name of Yahweh Shai, meaning he who delivers, whom the world eagerly and willingly call JC today. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and another double honor to my elder as well, Ahara Wannabe Yasha'Allah of the Lions Den camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect pushing this truth across the four winds, and to the 1/3 remnant believers on Yahweh Shema Shah. Shalom, shalom. It's going to be a quick lesson put together through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, and I pray to be edifying. So I'm starting off in the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So we're going to be persecuted for righteousness' sake. For striving to be righteous, for, trying our best to do the will of Yahweh Shema Shah, we're going to be persecuted for it. People are going to mix up your words. People are, it's scriptures in Salakia. It was a scripture in the book of Matthew about how a whole bunch of false witnesses was risen up against Yahweh Shah. And we're going to have that, that same thing in these days. A whole lot of false witnesses rising up against us, paid off, agents, making it seem as if that, whatever, just pushing a whole bunch of lies, best way to put it. It says, verse 11, it says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." And that's what's coming. You get what I'm saying? That's what's coming. This devil's going to try to put us on trial. He's going to have our faces, on the news, TV, AI, voices, and just have us looking crazy. He's going to run the whole smear campaign. All right? It says, "Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you." So it's just what it is. So you could be walking righteously, as righteous as possible. This devil going to make it seem like you was the one in them damn tunnels in New York doing all type of, you know what I'm saying? He's finna try to run a smear campaign against those that fear the Lord, those that call on the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. So the best thing that you can do, in these days, is continue to be righteous and continue to call upon the name of Yahweh Shema Shai and go all out. Exalt his name. You could never go you could never go too far when you call on the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. You see what I'm saying? So the best thing you can do is just to, I'm trying to, keep it PG. You get what I'm saying? So, right. Just go hard for the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, whatever that looks like. Whatever Yahweh Shema Shai put in your spirit for you to exalt him. I'm going to go to the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, "But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, charity, patience," I believe this Paul, "persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me." So, right, we're going to endure a lot of things, man. It says, "Through great tribulation must ye enter into the kingdom of heaven." So we finna go through a lot of things. But we have to understand that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to deliver us out of them all if it's meant for us to be delivered. You feel what I'm saying? It says, verse 12, "Yeah, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai shall suffer persecution." So if you walk in this righteous path, you're going to suffer persecution. You get what I'm saying? Just basically laying backing off of the lesson yesterday. You could try to do all this hiding and hiding your damn candlestick, under a bushel. You could do all this hiding that you can, but you still, if you call yourself a man of Yahweh Shem Shai, you're going to suffer persecution. You feel where I'm coming from? So it says, yeah, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai shall suffer persecution. Imagine how the three holy children were, when they was telling the king to his face, what they said, we ain't careful to answer thee. They was telling the king to his face, you get what I'm saying, that Yahweh Shem Shai is able to deliver them. And even if he ain't want to deliver, even if it wasn't his will to deliver them, they still wasn't going to bow down to his idol. And that's the type of mindset that we want to have in these days. Not saying that you got to walk around like Judas Maccabees, like King David, like what's his name, Samson. You get what I'm saying? We want to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, but we going to give an answer according to the faith that Yahweh Shem Shai have put in us. You see what I'm saying? It says, verse 12, yeah, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai shall suffer persecution. So that's just what it's going to be, man. That's just what it's going to be. So go ahead and tell the world who your friend is. You get what I'm saying? Let the whole world know that you standing behind Yahweh Shem Shai all the way to the end. You get what I'm saying? And that's just standing with Yahweh Shai. You're going to exalt his name all the way to the end. You're going to pray that Yahweh Shem Shai give you the strength to keep going all the way to the end. So this is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you as though some strange thing happened unto you. So, right. So imagine you sitting right here, trying to Clark Kent all the way to the chariot. You get what I'm saying? It's just gonna be like when Peter was trying to be Clark Kent. Peter was trying to be Clark Kent when he followed the Lord when he wasn't supposed to. And the Lord basically still delivered him out of that situation because Peter had work that needed to be done. You get what I'm saying? So you're trying to Clark Kent all the way to the end. You feel me? You hiding your face. You getting a second phone to burn the emails and stuff to preach the Lord, to preach Yahweh Shem Shai. And then you walking around acting as if that you ain't no Israelite when Esau grabbed your ass up. You ain't really count the cost. You get what I'm saying? So right, man, you have to count the cost and know, what it is and what it ain't. I remember when I first made an Instagram, and how when I first made an Instagram, and I was coming to the truth then, and I had posted a picture, and on the picture I said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, and I pressed C translation because you could see, I wanted to see what these devils going to translate it to, and they translated to I am going to get you with an exclamation point. I got scared as fuck. I deleted that shit so quick, and I said I ain't saying that no more. You see what I'm saying? I said I ain't posting that no more. I ain't never saying nothing about the Lord's name. They said they gonna get me. I deleted it. A few months later, I was like, man, fuck all that. Fuck what you think you gonna do. You get what I'm saying? Because if you really call on the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, you being righteous, his scriptures say his hand's gonna cover you. He's not gonna allow your children to see hell. You get what I'm saying? It's all that super Clark Kent. Oh, you're being unwise. You this and that. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you scared. That's just what it is. Count the cost, man. You scared. Plain and simple. That's just what it is. You get what I'm saying? You ashamed of the gospel of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You want to live a separate life on this internet shit. You get what I'm saying? And proclaim yourself to be somebody else on this internet shit. And then trying to secretly hit the highways and byways. You feel what I'm saying? On the street or whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? Which we understand and know that we got jobs and supervisors and stuff like that. But Yahweh Shem Shai is going to make sure that we have what we need. He's going to make sure that we able to sustain what we have, while doing the work of Yahweh Shem Shai. So it's going to be in decency and it's going to be in order. You know what I'm saying? We ain't walking around like a super Israelite. The only thing they know is Esau going into slavery every week. No, we're going to edify. We're going to teach all things. So, right. It says, verse 13, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. So, right. If ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of God rested upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. So, right. And that's just what it is. So, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to be glorified, through us. We're going to continually exalt the name of Yahweh Shema Shah all the way to the end. Yahweh Razah, if he give us the strength, the endurance to do so. So right, we're gonna be persecuted for what we believe in. You see what I'm saying? So right, this is 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, "For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers." All right, the Lord's eyes are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto our prayers. Our prayers pierce the clouds. It says, "But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil." 2/3 of our people. "And who is he that will harm you if ye be followers of that which is good?" So right, and that's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So all that hiding your work under a bushel, you don't really believe and trust that Yahweh Shema Shah can deliver you out of a situation. We have to understand that as this devil ramp up with his wickedness, we're going to begin to see more miracles. You know, Yahweh Shema Shah is going to deliver us. You have to believe that. You got to understand it. You feel what I'm saying? You have to believe it and understand it. It says, "And who is he that will harm you if ye be followers of that which is good? And if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled." Right. And you know, you got a lot of brothers in this truth that's scared. You see what I'm saying? Scared and ashamed. You get what I'm saying? Ashamed to be on the highways and byways. You don't want nobody to see you. You got an image that you're trying to upkeep or maintain. You feel what I'm saying? So right. It says, and who is, it says verse 14, "But if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled, but sanctify the Lord Yahweh in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear." So right, that's just what it is, man. So we're gonna do the work. You know, when people see us, they gonna see us for being Hebrews, see us for being Israelites. You know, you got a lot of guys on these social media platforms. Once you exalt yourself as being an Israelite, people see you as an Israelite, they pussy rate go down. You see what I'm saying? You know, they pussy rate go down. So now they gotta kind of hide it under a bushel so you can still kind of be a nigga and go around and get pussy. You see what I'm saying? And sorry I had to put it like that, but it's the truth. You get what I'm saying? It's all right. So we're going to give an answer with meekness and fear. It says, verse 16, "Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you," they're going to speak evil of us, you know, for exalting the name of the Lord, for standing upon our watch, for letting the world know who we are, right? It says, "Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you, and as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach." So right, they falsely accuse our good conversation and try to say you're being wicked, you're being anti this. You see what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So they're gonna be ashamed when that time come, when that weeping and gnashing of teeth come, when they starving and then you fly past their ass with spiritual power because you wasn't ashamed. You get what I'm saying? You kind of fly past. You see them fucked up, you know, or whatever the case may be. And in that day, the Lord might even forgive that person. That person might believe on Yahweh Shema Shah when he see the power that you have. And he might be converted, you know, or whatever the case may be, or just going to be destroyed. You know, it's all according to the will of Yahweh Shema Shah. So right, and get that again. Verse 16, it says, "Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach." So you exalt Yahweh Shema Shah, they constantly listening to your words, so they basically could go and tell whoever you being anti. You see what I'm saying? But it's all right though. It's all right, because you know we have Yahweh Shema Shah. So that's all that really matter, man. Who cares what they got to say? You know? Or they gonna get you. They gonna get you. It ain't wise to be telling people you on Instagram with your whole Hebrew name. They gonna get you, Hawk. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna be, and you did all the hiding, yo. We gonna be in the same damn cell, right in the concentration camp. You feel what I'm saying? Who cares what they come and get? You know, as long as the Lord pour a little bit more extra oil on the person's head that had more faith. That's all that's really gonna matter. So this is second Esdras chapter 16 and verse 7. It's 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. It's right. It's just what it is. If you fear the Lord, that insurrection gonna come for you. Just like when you come into this truth and shit just start happening. Scripture says, think it not strange, the fiery trial that's meant to try you. So if you call yourself somebody that's applying to be a part of the 144,000, Lord's army, you get what I'm saying? That, which those brothers was already chosen from the foundation of the earth. You get what I'm saying? But just like a Navy SEAL, they got to apply and they got to go through it. The Lord going to say, he over there hiding under, right there. I got him right there over there hiding. You feel what I'm saying? Go over there and see if he really standing 10 toes for me. Plain and simple. You ain't going to be able to hide, man. So you might as well go ahead and take your little candle and put it where it go. You get what I'm saying? All that hiding and shit. It says, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So right, it's just what it is. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. All right. The days of trouble at hand, but Yahweh Shemashah are going to deliver us from the same. Or you're going to walk to a guillotine and get your head cut off. It's just that simple. So, all right, man. It's going to be the last precept. Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When an enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And that's just what it's going to be. When an enemy come in like a flood, busting down your door, soldiers to the left, to the right, soldiers straight, soldiers up the stairs, the Spirit of the Lord is going to lift up a standard against them. You might down there go invisible. You see what I'm saying? They come in your room, you sitting on the damn bed. You see what I'm saying? Scriptures in your hand. And the first thing they say is clear. Go to every room, clear. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in here. So you just sitting there looking like, wow, this is the Spirit of Yahweh Shah. Be quiet as a church mouth. You feel me? So, right. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the rest, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And that's just what it is. He's not going to be able to fulfill his enterprise, and he's only going to be able to touch those who Yahweh Shemashah allow him to touch. We have to know and understand that, man, that our power is with us, man. Our power is with us, and he's nigh to the brokenhearted, those that trust in him, those that have faith in him. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to consider that, before you just get to saying shit, spewing out shit. So, right. I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom. I'm on to the next.